In this video, social entrepreneurs discuss how they have created impact in their communities. Let's see what they say.
So for us, social impact is at the core, irrespective of whatever that we do, whoever invests money for us, women are the ones who will get employed. So we scale up, scale down, scale right, scale left, it will still be the women who will be the primary beneficiary. And that's what the social story of it is. For us right now, what are the parameters of success? We're talking about, of course, it's about acquisition of number of customers. How many people are we able to reach out to in terms of buyers, and how many people are we able to reach out to as sellers? Then we're looking at how much of revenue, how much of sales are we making, and therefore acquisition cost is one thing, how much of them gets converted, how much of them, when it gets converted, reorder, because for us the idea is that same person, if likes our food, should actually at least order 7 to 8 times a month, and that's when our recovery of acquisition cost or our relationship builds. For any social enterprise, and this is basically for students, you cannot have a definite plan for success, because it's important that there needs to be a balance between social story and the business story, because if your business story fails, then the social story is short-lived. To create a strong, sustainable social business, you need to have a strong, sustainable economic model riding alongside. Of course, it's also about faith. It's about the faith that you have in yourself, because results don't show up quickly enough. Like, for example, if someone asks me what's the impact that Million Kitchen is actually making on these women by their ability to move out of their house, or their ability to be able to wear today's things that they want to wear, it has a very, very 10-year, 20-year plan. The shift that we're creating perhaps might not be able, you can't measure it on economic parameters. So there are some non-tangibles that's also extremely important. So when your investor tells you, show me the numbers, which you have to show them the numbers, you also need to keep in mind and be patient, you yourself, and also the investors, that some of this change is a long-term change.
In our business, we have a very measurable social impact. So it's very countable on fingers. So the number of people who have become the owner of their cycle rickshaw. Second, the number of people whose lives have been insured and have got the legal licenses, which also serves as a legal identity to them in the society. Third, the increase in income, the bank linkage which we have made, the savings account which we have opened, the amount of savings saved from the day he has signed in with the organization till the day he graduated can be measured.
Leaf provides social impact in many different ways. There's the core business of Leaf, which is providing early years education to children of all different backgrounds. But then there's the other things that Leaf does, which is providing apprentice training, which is providing local community activities that engage people within the community. So there are different ways in which Leaf provides social impact. So within Leaf itself, we've developed a couple of different ways of measuring social impact. One is measuring the social impact for what the organization does at a whole level, and the other is measuring social impact on each child. So if you look at what Leaf's mission is to change the world one child at a time. So it is also very important for us to measure the social impact at each child level.
Social impact, it sort of also took a kind of journey on its own, and people were into social accountancy and social finance and social measurement, and they were looking for perfect models. But we learned very quickly that what we'd have to do is do our own way of doing things. So what we had to figure out is, how do you create a scalable model that also scales social benefit and social impact? And what I didn't want was to build a model that had social impact as a tack on, an additional bit. I wanted to build a model that at every level of the business we were doing something that would add value to the audience, the customers, the experiences that we were kind of delivering. So we built a model using loads of research. So we looked at the economic research around investment early in children that would give you a longer term social benefit.
In general, it would be for me very hard to say what the impact is really. And the longer we're working on this, the more we see the real impact is something that's really, it's very let's say, small, or it takes time to bring about change, really. So on the long term, I would say, like, the fact that we're here, that we're constantly kind of trying to, question some issues, the fact that people are talking about it, the fact that we do, on a practical level, actually recycle or use again some of the materials, that's the immediate impact. Whereas the impact in, like, people's minds or in their behavior, it's quite hard to talk, really. But on the long term, we can see for ourselves, it is something, yeah, I'm sure.